Okay, so here's our setup, and we're just gonna initially pretend we're right on the ground. Sorry, we got a cat visiting. We're right on the ground, and we're gonna try to figure out how far does this thing go.
Okay.
Okay. So the first thing we have to figure out is it's as if we're throwing something straight up in the air with this speed of 50 over root 2, and then having it come back and land.
All right.
All right. So what equation are we gonna need to solve to find out what that time is?
So that's going to be related to this equation up here.
Okay.
So that's going to be minus 16t squared plus 50 over root 2t equals 0. And we know one of those roots is going to be 0.
That's right. One of the roots is going to be 0. And then I'm just trying to save a little bit of time and putting that into Mathematica to solve it, which we don't really need to because that's 0, so it's actually pretty easy to compute. And the answer turns out to be about, we'll call it 2.21 seconds.
All right.
Okay, so if you threw something at a 45-degree angle at a straight line, on straight ground, it would, in 2.21 seconds, have fallen down and hit the ground again. But it wouldn't have gone straight up and straight down. It would have been going across. And how fast would it have been going across?
It goes across at 50 over root 2 feet per second.
Yeah. So how do we figure out how far it went?
Well, we use that and we just multiply that by 2.21.
Yeah. So here's our horizontal speed, and that turns out to be about, I don't know, call it 78.1 feet.
All right.
So if you were standing on the ground and threw a ball at 50 feet per second at a 45-degree angle, it would hit the ground at about 78 feet. All right? So do you think how you might solve a problem like this? Because I'm going to give you a more complicated one now.
Yeah, this makes sense.
Okay. All right. So now, I'll give you the problem now, and then we'll have you solve it in the next one. So I'm going to say now you're standing on top of a 100-foot building.
All right.
And you do the same thing. You throw it at 45 degrees at 50 feet per second. And now the ball goes like this and hits the ground here. And we're going to try to figure out how far this is. Okay. So first of all, what's your guess? So when it was on the flat ground, it was 78 feet. So we know this would be 78.
So maybe it'll be around 100.
Okay, so the initial guess is around 100. Okay, so you don't think it'll be that much more than 78. How come?
Well, I mean, it'll be falling pretty vertically here.
Okay.
So I don't think it'll travel much X distance.
You don't think it'll travel much farther? Okay. Do you feel comfortable like you might be able to figure out how to solve this?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's give it a shot in the next video.